everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Life Rewritten by Robin. I'm Robin. And today I do want to talk about the reason I felt so comfortable taking such a big leap in the first place, which is my business. Not my business, but like my actual side business. She ain't no side no more, child. But anyway, if you've watched my last couple of videos, you know I recently left my corporate job. And what you may not know is that decision didn't happen overnight. The R.A.C collective actually started long before I submitted my effective immediately. I no longer work for you hoes ass email. I started this process back in last June. I was completely overwhelmed at work after only being there for barely 90 days. I was overworked, I was frustrated, and honestly, I was angry as fuck. Like, oh my God. I knew I had skills that I could genuinely use to help small businesses and small content creators or content creators in general. And I kept asking myself, like, what if I built my own agency? What if I did this all on my own? So I did. I started planning and laying down the foundation in August out of pure anger. And by October, my business was officially launched. And baby, let me tell you, I thought that once I had my social media up and running, that once my website was nice and live and my services was listed, that the people would just start rolling it. Yeah? No, because I also learned that a lot of people didn't know what analytics was. And it's still something that people are learning. But anyway, there were weeks where I'd refresh my inbox hoping for a damn email. I'd tweak my website. I'd update my messaging on the website. I changed my prices. In fact, I changed my prices 3 times. Because I wanted my services to be accessible while still reflecting the value I knew I could provide. So that little tussle right there, that was frustrating as fuck. And not because I doubted my abilities, but more so because I knew I had something valuable to offer, and I just needed the right people to find me. And they did, eventually. But yeah, I started talking to my first client in May of this year. She officially signed her service agreement in June of this year. She's a dentist who's building her social media presence from the ground up. And working with her has reminded me exactly why I started this business to begin with, Over the past couple of weeks, we've been collaborating on content strategy, content pillars, reporting, as well as long-term planning. And what's been most rewarding about this entire experience isn't just the work itself, but it's this trust that I've been able to build with her, because she does not treat me like I'm someone that she hired to check a damn box. You know what I'm saying? Like, she treats me as if I'm part of the team, even though I am the only one on the marketing team. She treats me like I'm part of the team. She values my perspective. She asks for my input on things that has nothing to do with social media analytics, and has even recommended me to other professionals in her field. And in this past week alone, we had our content strategy call, and she absolutely loved it. I walked her through all of my ideas for the next phase of her business, or where we're going to take the business as far as social media goes. And she was so receptive to everything I discussed with her. And by the end of the conversation, she pretty much told me that she's going to renew the contract. I don't know if I told y'all last time that she started the contract with 3 months. Yeah, shorty wants to do much longer now. And I'm excited about that. She does not realize that moment meant more to me than she can probably ever imagine, because it reminded me that businesses aren't built overnight. Trust isn't built overnight. And sometimes you're just one conversation or one client or even one opportunity away from everything starting to click. Sorry, I have a mosquito bite over here. That scintilla candle was not working. Anyway, these last couple of weeks have also been spent with me updating my website again. But this time it was to include additional services since working with her, because now I realize that the business is growing as well as I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not the same person who started this business back in August. So I would like for my business to also expand and grow too. And if there's one thing I'm learning in this season, it's that progress doesn't always look so loud. You know, sometimes it looks like just one client who believes in you, or even one conversation that leads to another client, or a small win that reminds you to keep going. And in this like chapter of my life, honestly, that's enough for me, you know? Yeah. So thank you for sitting through yet another video and hearing about my little update. This one wasn't as exciting, but I do hope with what you learned and what you've seen that you have some interest in learning a little bit more about the R.A.C Collective, which is a marketing and analytics, I guess you can say social media and agency. She one man right now, but I'm curious as to what it's going to look like by the end of this year. Yeah. I'll see you in the next chapter. Hoes! No, I'm just joking. Come back though, okay?